YouTube, back here with another amino acid review for you today, and it's of Lecheek's Amino Fusion. So there you go, the Lecheek Nutrition Amino Fusion, and the Maui orange juice flavor. Starting out with that Maui orange juice flavor, I don't know if I would call it Maui orange juice. I don't know how Maui would, contribute to the orange juice, but to me, it was actually more of a tropical Smarties flavor. I'd say that because the texture was kind of gritty, and it kind of reminded me like when you chew up a Smartie, how you kind of get that grittiness in your mouth. And it wasn't that strong of a flavor. Once again, it just reminded me of a tropical Smartie. So it wasn't too sweet or anything. I'm just saying that it's kind of a little bit gritty, and it wasn't like my favorite flavor. The way that it felt in your mouth kind of stopped it from being like a refreshing taste during your workout. So that's about that. It wasn't too negative. Once again, it's just the flavor wasn't great, and because of the grittiness, it kind of lacked a refreshing aspect to it. Going into the profile, one scoop is 8.8 grams. You'll notice that it's kind of small of a scoop. Like you're not gonna be able to pack that many goodies into it. As far as the main ingredients is your BCAAs, or only two of them in this case, is valine and leucine. You are missing isoleucine. I'm not sure of their concept of leaving that out in here. So you do have 3 grams of valine and 1.5 grams of leucine. So that's 4.5 grams of 2 to 3 BCAAs. So that is low in BCAA content. Usually you want at least 5 grams. The good to great BCAA intra workouts usually have anywhere from 7 to 10 grams of BCAAs per serving. Here you only get 4.5 grams. I was tempted to bump it up, so that made me tempted to bump up my servings to a scoop and a half or 2 scoops. But for whatever reason, I just decided to stick with 1 scoop during my workout. So continue on into more of the profile. You do have 1.25 grams of some other EAAs. It's lysine, tryptophan, and histidine. Lysine and tryptophan both are 500 milligrams, and histidine is 250 milligrams. It is interesting that they added freeform tryptophan in here, because that is the thing in turkey that makes you sleepy. So I don't know why they really added freeform. That histidine is another good EAA I've heard anyway for as far as recovery. So that's good to see in there. Then you have a nutrient uptake / endurance blend, which is one thing, is 1 gram of betaine. Betaine really is a great ingredient. Every time that I've been using this at a clinical dose or higher level, I've had great strength. It is one of the things that acts kind of like a creatine. It does enhance your strength. Currently, I've been using a pre-workout that does have about 5 grams of betaine when I dose it the way I dose it, plus this 1 gram. And betaine's clinical dose is 2.5 grams, so I've been getting about 6 grams, so over 2 times the dose of betaine a day when I do that stack. I don't know if it's just I'm pretty sure it's the betaine, because it's the only thing I've changed up recently. And I've gotten great strength out of it. I've hit 315 for 10 on decline bench, and I think my max before that was 7. So, and I really think that's from this combo of the 6 grams of betaine I get from this and my pre-workout. Once again, 1 gram of betaine is less than half of the clinical dose, but a lot of supplements tend to include betaine, so this will help you get towards that 2.5 gram clinical dose of betaine. And after that, you do get a little bit of electrolytes. You get sodium chloride at 100 milligrams and potassium chloride at 99 milligrams. I believe those electrolytes were effective because I didn't get any cramping during my workout. Like for today, for example, was back and buys. Sometimes my forearms start cramping during back and buys, but I did not get any cramps until I got 1 cramp like an hour after my workout. But a lot of times I have a product that doesn't have any electrolytes. I'll start cramping in either my forearms or when I'm doing calves, my calves will start cramping. Anytime I took this, there's no cramping at all, so I love to see that. So yeah, that's about it with the Amino Fusion. I love seeing the inclusion of betaine. I believe that really helps me during my workouts. The electrolytes were on point. They stopped me from cramping. The flavor was decent. It just wasn't refreshing because it was a little bit gritty and it's just kind of chalky tasting almost. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just decent. As far as the recovery aspects, it was a little bit underdosed. I'd like to see them throw in isoleucine here. I do not know why they did not include that. and then you just bump up the overall BCA content to, I'd say, at least 6 grams. That'd give me a bigger sample of approval. Overall, I'd give this. Oh, and overall, I give this about 7.5 out of 10. And another thing is, if you can find this pretty cheap, pretty frequently. I picked this up, I think, for like. I think I picked this for $9 actually, but I've seen it under $15 a lot of times. If you can find this under $15, I would definitely pick this up. It's not bad at all, and for that price, you really cannot beat it in that price range. Once again, 7.5 out of 10 for something that you can find $10 or $15. It's pretty decent. And that's about it for me. Thanks, guys. Lecheek's Amino Fusion.